All right. So, welcome everyone back to the stream. Tonight we're going to be looking into Reaktor again and diving into building out a Reaktor modulator carrier relationship in Reaktor. So, I'm going to break that down for you how to build out something in Reaktor with FM synthesis using a modulator and carrier. So, if you don't know what that is, we'll explain it a little bit deeper as we go along. When we open up Reaktor, you're going to have three different sections. One is the play section, one is the patch section, and one is the build section. We're going to jump into the build section, and I'm just going to give you a little overview. So what a modular carrier relationship is simply an oscillator affecting another oscillator. That's the simplest ways that I can put it, and we're going to demonstrate that in this session, this quick session. And I'm going to start by adding in the basic blocks that we need to build out a modular synthesizer. So we're first going to need an oscillator. So I'm going to bring in an oscillator, and that's going to be our first oscillator. So we're going to call this oscillator oscillator 1. I'm going to duplicate it. This will be oscillator 2. And we'll call this one the carrier. The reason is because it carries the signal from the first oscillator, and this signal, it basically, we plug it into FM, and it allows this first oscillator to frequency modulate the second oscillator. So what this output is saying is this output goes out to this oscillator, which carries that signal, and whatever this oscillator 1 says should happen with the frequency, that's what should happen. So we're going to demonstrate that by adding in oscillators, one to connect to the modulator, and one to carry the frequency, one to modulate and one to carry. So we can call this modulate. And this is the carrier. So modulate and carry. And then we're going to adjust the frequency. So I'm going to plug in a VCA to the end of the chain. Going to bring down our volume a little bit. And there we have that. And now I'm going to add in a crucial block, important block, which is our note in block. And that's going to help us to get sound to come out. So I'm going to plug that into the pitch, and then we should be able to hear something. So I'm going to reorganize my panel slightly so that everything's in a little bit better of an order. And I'll bring in a scope. We're going to use that in a second. But let's just hear what we have so far. Let's bring in an envelope. Give it some gate control. Okay. So we're going to keep going here. Okay. So let's see. There we go. Just really low. So we're going to plug this in. So we can see how the waveform is being manipulated. So I think I forgot a connection here to make that. There we go. So now we can see that we have our oscillator, our modulator going as an FM import, and then we plug our main carrier into the pitch input as well, so that we can manipulate our sound. So we should be able to turn up that FM knob. So now we can add a little bit of effects on our end, and maybe a delay, maybe a reverb. Let's add some reverb. I think a little delay, because I want to get a little bit of feedback. A little bit less delay. Widens up the sound a little bit. We got the frequency modulation around 19. We can actually modulate this just for fun. If we put it back on 19, then we add an LFO, just as a final little for fun trick. We can add an LFO to our FM port. Let's do it on the modulator. And now we're modulating our carrier signal through a LFO connection. So it's two things happening at once. And we can really glitch up our sound, maybe add some randomization. So there we have it, our finished sound. Feel free to test this out on your own. See what you can create with this patch. Make it your own and keep sound designing. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And stay creative, and I'll see you in the next live stream. Peace out.